Live from New York, the PIX 11 Morning News.
All right, it's 8:10, still ahead on the PIX 11 Morning News. It's a new year, and we're talking about a new you.
Dr. Steve is kicking off our Reinvention 2014.
That's right, guys. Coming up next, we're going to show you live a new cosmetic procedure that will make you look younger in minutes.
In minutes, Dr.
Minutes.
Steve? I love it. It's 8:16 this morning. We're kicking off Reinvention 2014, and Dr. Steve is showing you how you can reinvent yourself in the new year.
All right, Dr. Steve.
Hey guys, good morning. Well, to help you achieve your New Year's resolutions, we have two very brave women who are going to undergo Reinvention 2014 this week. Ellen St. Pierre is a school counselor and Olga Zoria is a realtor. This morning, we're focusing on a new cosmetic procedure, Voluma, and Dr. Cameron Rokhsar is here. He's the assistant professor of dermatology at Mount Sinai School of Medicine. He also has a private practice right here in Manhattan. Okay, Dr. Rokhsar, so let's talk about Voluma. What makes it so different and so exciting for you?
The Voluma is the first FDA-approved filler that's FDA-approved for augmenting cheeks and cheekbones. You know, we have lots of fillers right now for nasolabial folds or for marionette lines, but this one we can actually use in mid-cheek and outer cheek to actually get a lift and to fill in hollowness in the cheeks.
Because that's one of the things that happens as we get older, right? We lose that kind of fat in there, and that's what kind of accentuates those lines and makes these lines show up. So if we can give that little bit a boost, it can be dramatic, right?
That's right. So, you know, the fat descends down, but you also get atrophy of the fat. Another thing that happens with aging is actually you get osteoporosis of the underlying bones. So the sunken in look that you get is, you know, is multifactorial.
All right. So, Ellen, are you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, we're going to do you in a second. Olga, why did you decide you wanted to do this?
I just want to look fresh.
Fresh and like spark up your kind of rejuvenate
something
you?
for New Year, yeah.
Okay, well, Ellen, let's get started, Dr. Rokhsar, and pretty much just explain to us what you're doing as you do it.
So here, you know, we're looking at her cheek. She's a little more hollow actually on this cheek than that cheek, and she's hollow on her mid cheek and her lateral cheek here.
Which is pretty common, right?
Very common, you know, as you get in your 40s and 50s. So we're going to start here with one little injection.
And you're going deep, deep.
We're going deep. We're going kind of on the bone. And we're going to put a little bit of the material in there, and we're going to just massage that in.
So you can put it in and kind of smooth it out a little bit,
exactly.
Right?
You're kind of creating the contour that you want.
Okay.
As you see, it's a tiny little needle. And the nice thing about this product also is that numbing is in it. You know, the company is made with numbing. So as it goes in, it actually numbs you.
Right. So how did that feel, and was that bad?
It was fine.
Right. Not too bad
pinch.
at all, right?
Not bad
Okay,
at all.
like a little pinch. Okay. How many of these will you do?
What we're going to do, because we want to kind of create a little bit of a contour on her lateral cheeks. And she has nice cheekbones, but all we're going to do is just going to try to accentuate those. You know, we're going to bring out her own natural beauty. She's beautiful. We're going to make her more beautiful.
Right. So she would be a good candidate for this. Well, when you look at people, how do you evaluate them to determine?
Basically,
if they're a
the
good
people who are good candidates are people who have sunken cheeks, mid cheeks, or sunken outer cheeks. And another thing that happens is actually when you put the filler here. So there are people who have these laugh lines. This will cause a lift, a lateral lift. So it's a nice way actually to decrease these lines as well.
Right. I think people are surprised when they fill the cheeks how much it affects the rest of the face. Right. It's called like a vector lift.
That's right.
Lifts the whole part.
Traditionally, you know, people thought that, you know, if you're hollow here in your laugh lines, all you do is inject that. But we've actually become more sophisticated. We know that that's not really the only answer. If you actually can get a lift out here, this will improve as well.
Right, that's what we're noticing about fillers. The field is really evolving as we're learning more and more. So you're going to do this side, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. You have a little more you want to do?
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit more on that side.
Okay.
To give it a little bit more lift there.
And I like that you can smooth it out. So you put like a little bit of a deposit in there, kind of push it along the bone there, and just lift that cheek up.
And it's very soft. You know, this filler is extremely soft. So, you know, it's very nice and malleable.
And really not putting in all that much, just that little bit makes a difference.
Exactly.
You often do this in combination with other procedures as well?
We do. A very complementary procedure to this is doing Botox, for example, because, you know, you could do Botox, and we usually talk about Botox in the upper half of the face, you know, in these lines, in the forehead lines, around the eyes, what we call crow's feet. And we use fillers on the lower half of the face. So we can also, there are softer fillers we can use around the eyes, for example, the hollowness of the eyes. There are fillers we can use here in these hollow areas, what's called marionette lines.
Because I think that's what people have to understand. Not all fillers are created equal, and they all do different things. You might use one for one type of problem and at different depths of the skin and everything.
They all have their own characteristics in terms of longevity, in terms of malleability and softness. in terms of kind of the areas we'd like to inject them. And every doctor has their own preferences, but we have general guidelines in terms of what filler is best for what areas.
Right, and that's something that people really should talk to their doctor about. All right, we're going to let you continue to do this work here on Ellen, and after that we're going to do Olga. So these results here, though, are pretty much instantaneous. So Olga, let me talk to you for a minute while he's finishing her up. This is a big deal for you, right? I mean, you seem a little bit anxious. You're not even sitting down yet. I need you to sit down and get comfortable here. So are you nervous? Tell me.
I think I'm in good hands. And of course I'm nervous because you never know what's going to be result. But, the doctor seems to know what he's doing.
No, of course, he's very good. But let me ask you, have you ever had any procedure done like this before?
No.
Never had anything done. So this is first time, so you're jumping right in. Okay, this should be very exciting for you because I think you're going to get some really good fill. You're next, and we have some great before and afters of what this is going to look like. So we'll get to see that right. This already, Dr. Rokhsar, is looking pretty amazing.
So we're just going to do this side right now.
Does it hurt? Does it hurt? Because it's hurting me watching.
No, we asked her before. She said it didn't hurt, just felt like a little pinch. That's the thing. It really doesn't feel, because there's numbing medicine in the filler. So once it goes in, you don't feel it. All you feel is that little tiny needle stick, and the needle's very, very small. So we're going to be checking in with Dr. Rokhsar later in the show. We're going to see Ellen and Olga. We're going to show you the results, the before and afters later on. So stick around. You don't want to miss that. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dr. Steve, thank you very much. Well, coming up.
All right, it's 8:36, and we've got more reinventions for 2014, and it's time to reveal the results of that cheek filling procedure. Let's bring in Dr. Steve.
That's
Dr.
right.
Steve, so nice to have you here.
Suki, Dr. Rokhsar's been filling. Olga now we did one side. He's filling the second side. Ellen is done over here. We're going to show the before and afters, but everybody wants to know, what's this cost? What's it going to cost?
We charge about $1,000 per syringe.
Okay.
And most people do, just need one syringe.
Okay.
If you're very, very hollow, you may need a second syringe.
And how long is it going to last?
The FDA has allowed them to say this can last for up to 2 years, which is one of the longer lasting fillers we have right now.
2 years?
Yeah.
I mean, like Botox, you have to go like every 6 months or something.
Every 3 or 4 months.
Like 3 or 4 months
months.
Botox. Yeah. So this is nice.
This is very nice. And when do you know that you're a good candidate for something like this, Dr. Steve?
Well, you start to see that hollowness. Usually we start to see people when they're in their 40s, late 40s, maybe their 50s, and they start to get that hollowness in there. Maybe they start to notice these lines under their eyes, right? Little volume loss in the cheeks, or maybe the lines around by the nose and the mouth, called the nasolabial fold. Those kind of people. And these ladies actually are a perfect example.
They're beautiful women.
Ellen, look at Ellen's bone structure. I mean, she's like a perfect candidate. When I saw her, I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And we should show.
Here's some befores. We do have.
Let's show her before and afters if we can, and kind of pull those up.
Yeah.
We'll pull the before up next to her.
This is Ellen.
Look at that. Okay, now just look straight, Ellen. Look at that. Now, we haven't changed the lighting.
Very subtle.
We haven't put any makeup on, but look how less tired she looks, and look at the lines in her face over here.
It's like an instant lift, like up here.
And what's amazing is that she doesn't look like she's done. She just looks rejuvenated. So people are going to say, Ellen, you look so great. What did you do? And did you cut your hair? And she doesn't have to tell anybody that, oh, I had some filler done. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, I do too, because you don't want to tell anybody your secrets, and now that's part of your arsenal.
Right.
Did it hurt? That's what I want to know. And are you happy with the results?
I'm very happy with the results.
So
you
basically, I mean, you're a beautiful woman. Can I just say that, Ellen?
So
you're gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you don't need a lot to look beautiful. But it's kind of interesting. You could really see the vasovagal folds. I mean, you look at that.
Nasolabial folds in here.
Vasolabial folds.
Yeah.
Vasovagal. What is that?
Well, what's happening? Vasovagal is when you pass out.
That's when you pass out.
It's
we don't want any of that here.
If you look at the before and afters right here, you can see her face, and by giving this lift to the cheeks, you actually lift the face so it goes in more like a V type of shape. Here it was starting, in the old before, it was starting to go down, look more rectangular, but by lifting those cheeks up again, just gives her that youthful appearance. And that's what Dr. Rokhsar does all day, just make people beautiful.
And the recovery time? And the recovery time is instantaneous?
She's done.
And the whole idea is...
Could she stay in the sun? Could she go out? Could she
can
live?
do whatever she wants to do.
Wow,
She's ready to go and go shopping today, I think. Is that what they're doing?
This filler goes very, very deep, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. And fillers in general, you don't have to worry about it. But here...
And the whole idea is that people can look really natural. When people think about, I don't want to have cosmetic procedures because I'm going to look fake, that's the thing of the past. You could do these things very subtly, very naturally, and I bet lots of your friends do this, but you may not even know it because their results are natural.
And a lot of it depends on the doctor, too. A lot of times you want to go to someone
So how do I find a good doctor?
Well, sometimes if you find a good friend who's willing to tell you her secret, say, wow, you look so great, they might tell you the secret. Some people don't, but really it comes down to appreciating the doctor, appreciating the same aesthetic that you want. Some people want big, big lips. Some people want super big cheeks, and a lot of doctors say, that's not what I do, or they might do that to accommodate. But but everyone has their own idea of what they want to look like.
Is Olga almost ready?
Matching that
Yeah,
connection is great.
Olga
Look at Olga.
ready. Let's take a look at Olga. Yeah, I think she's ready.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the before
Ready
and
for
after
your
Olga,
close-up,
just to
Olga?
see it? Okay, so if we have a before of Olga, oh wow,
Yeah.
Very nice.
she's happy already. She sees it instantaneously. That's very, very cool, and it's cost $1,000. Obviously, it's not insurance
No,
doesn't cover
no
anything like
insurance.
this
It's a
because this is
cosmetic
something that
procedure,
you
right.
want to save up for and do it. And like these ladies said, it's just a little pick-me-up, a little boost, a little something to make yourself feel refreshed.
And for all the women out there who don't take time for themselves, you know what? If this is something you want to do, it's a very personal choice. You know what? This is your thing.
Can we just put this all
it.
over our body and just the whole thing just lifts
Give
up?
a lift everywhere.
Lift it all up, Dr. Steve. Thank you so much, Dr. Rokhsar.
Thank you
It's so
so
nice to
much.
have you here. And ladies, thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
having me.
allowing our viewers to go through this. And you do look beautiful. It is like one of those beautiful little, Dr. Steve always calls it fine-tuning.
That's it. Just a little
Fine-tuning.
tweaking.
Little tweaking.
Now we're going to see these guys tomorrow.
Are we?
For
Why?
more of Reinvention 2014. They're going to be with us all week.
Wonderful.
We got more surprises for you guys.
I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Reinvention 2014 continues. Corey, can you imagine? What are we going to do tomorrow? Hopefully our viewers will stay tuned.
I can't wait.